Good morning. It's Monday. It's the 22nd of June. We're virtually halfway through this year, and where has it gone? It's amazing how fast it disappears. Time is flying. So much is going on. We saw over the weekend that Israel had attempted to attack Iran, the Lebanon, and it all backfired, and it backfired badly because as it went for Iran, the defense system that Iran now has was provided by the Russians and quietly by the Chinese. The protection system that Iran has is something like 20 years ahead of what Israel and the US has. And they're sitting back in complete shock horror at the fact that the defense system that they have in place in Iran cannot be penetrated with what the current US or Israel has. And the problem is when you poke a bear like Iran, its restraint has been incredible for the last few months. But sooner or later, Iran will bite your head off. But this is all part of the pantomime. This is all part of the movie because we're seeing a shift. And this has to be done drip by drip. There are commentators out there who are criticizing Trump for siding with Israel. These commentators have got little content between their ears. They have very little going on in their head, let alone their soul. Because if you really know what's going on, you know that this is all part of the plan. This is all part of the movie. What is happening right now is done to expose Israel. And Donald Trump is having to expose it from the inside out. Whether it's Jared Kushner and his little island, or what's happening in the Lebanon, Israel, and Iran. It's all part of dismantling the old system. Now, is it the way I would have done it? No, but I'm not the person who's planning it. The people who are planning it are working very closely with God because we're not just up against Israel. We're not just up against the deep state. We're not just up against the Illuminati. We're up against evil. And evil is behind all of it. And you need God's help and God's guidance to take out what is truly evil. And you need somebody with the strength of character, like Donald Trump, to go inside and take them apart. And that's what's happening. So for those commentators who are saying, oh, he's siding with Israel, take your sunglasses off, open your eyes, open your heart. And when you connect to your creator, you'll find out the truth. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. Keir Starmer is reportedly expected to announce his resignation today after mounting pressure from within the Labour Party. Woohoo! Charlie, who's taking over?
Well, I've said it many times before. It doesn't matter if it's Labour or Conservative or Reform or Rejoice or whatever they are, Regain or whatever you are. You're both cheeks of the same arsehole. Let's get it straight. And they're talking about Andy Burnham. He's worse than Keir Starmer. Frying pan and fire springs to mind. And it's all part of the pantomime, again, to wake people up. And people are celebrating, oh, we're getting rid of that idiot. Being replaced with another idiot. We need to get away from two-party government. And for the British people, this shows how dumb you've become that you allow a change of leadership without a vote. You did it when the Conservatives were in. First of all, you had Boris Johnson, you had David Cameron. You didn't vote for any of these people. And then Rishi Sunak. No, just swap them in. We'll do what we want. We'll do what we want. We don't care about you. Wake up. They're about to change the government in the UK with another dickhead. And you're just getting, hey, we got rid of Starmer. You don't realise that your country is being run by somebody you haven't voted for. You don't know his policies. You haven't voted on policy. And this is to wake you up to go, hang on. We've had 5, 6, 7 changes of government without a vote. We've had 5 changes of leadership without a vote. And you just sit there and go, oh, thank God we got rid of him. Then we got now you get another one, another dickhead in power. And then you wonder why you're up the creek without a paddle. It's time to wake up. It's time to take back control. And these people will be held accountable. But the job of this pantomime, the job of this movie is to wake up the sleepers. But if you're sat in front of your television in the UK, which most of you are, not my audience, but most of those, are sat there being fed whatever rubbish there is that comes out. My next story is over in America, is Tulsi Gabbard. Well, she's about to leave office. And of course, as she leaves, as every woman when she leaves, she'll take everything. When they come in wet and wild. And when they leave, they take half your house. Tulsi's taking the whole lot. Bless her. And she'll expose everything on the way out. This is all part of the pantomime, all part of the story. And you'll see things happen now. She will expose Obama. She will expose Fauci. She will expose Gates. She will expose the lot of them. But it has to be done bit by bit by bit. And that bit by bit has been going on for a long time. So now they're ready for Tulsi's broom. She will show you exactly what's going on. Drew.
Well, staying on that gravy train, Charlie, President Donald Trump has publicly accused former President Barack Obama of treason. Speaking to reporters, Trump claimed thousands of additional intelligence documents would support his allegations, naming not just Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, James Comey, James Clapper and John Brennan.
Well, it'll all come out. Everything will come out in the end. And I've said it before. I said it yesterday. We were out for lunch on Father's Day. We were out for lunch and I said, the truth always comes out in the end. It doesn't matter whether it's a day, a week, a month, a year, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. There's many truths that are going to come out where the people are already dead. But it always comes out in the end. And with this whole journey, and I've said this for a long time, the light is exposing the darkness. The darkness has always been there. But we can now see it. We can see it clearly because the light is shining in that place. And thank God for all those awakened souls out there who are shining their light in dark places. And I've been looking at a few people recently who are shining their light in dark places, and it's very, very valuable to have that information out there and have people doing their own research. The more research you do, the more you find. None more so than TPV Sean on X, who's doing some hard work out there, exposing evil. And boy, the attacks that he gets for exposing the truth, we all know what it's like, Sean. It's part of what we were called to do. And when you take on evil, they act in evil ways. My last story of the day is just one to put a smile on your face, because most of us have known that Donald Trump was having the Air Force One, a new Air Force One built to a certain specification, built to last. But I found it very interesting looking at the livery, the colour of the plane. Because obviously for the last, I don't know how many years, the colour has been the light blue and white. Interestingly enough, the colours used on the new Air Force One are the same colours that were used on JFK Jr.'s little Cessna. The signs are all out there for those people who are awake. I'll leave you with that thought. This is the start of a new week. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Global tensions are rising, markets are unstable, and currencies keep losing value. While governments print more money, smart investors are moving into physical gold and silver, Assets that have protected wealth for centuries. That's why more people are turning to Charlie's Gold to secure their future before the next financial shakeup hits. Don't leave your wealth exposed. Own something real. Own gold and silver. Visit charlies.gold today.